You get the sense that the country is desperate for someone to show us the way. Think about this for a minute. What if we pulled all of our troops out of South Korea? They've been there for 50 years, tens of thousands of them. What if we pulled all our troops out of Iraq, brought them all home? What if we realistically addressed the debt and paid attention to the huge burden we're placing on generations to come? Guess whose ideas these are? And you hardly ever hear his name. This is Republican candidate Ron Paul.
What we achieved in peace was unachievable in 20 years of the French and the Americans being in Vietnam, so it's time for us to take care of America first.
It is the constitutional position. It is the advice of the founders to follow a non-interventionist foreign policy. Stay out of entangling alliances.
And we've delayed a serious recession for a long time. The housing market is already in depression. And a lot of people are hurting. The standard of living in this country is going down. Look at what's happening to the dollar.
More UN. You know, this country goes to war under UN resolution. I don't like big government in Washington. So I don't like this trend toward international government. We have a WTO that wants to control our drug industry, our nutritional products. So I'm against all that, but it's not so much as a sinister conspiracy. It's just knowledge is out there. If we look for it, you'll realize that our national sovereignty is under threat.
Congressman Paul, thank you.
We used to support Saddam Hussein, and we used to be allied with Osama bin Laden, and what I want to do is stop that. Who are our friends one day turn out to be our enemies. So look out. Believe me, that war is not over. And right now, they're demanding more troops in Afghanistan, and some people, like the senator, he thinks we should be there for 100 years if necessary. How can he commit the young people of this world 5 more generations to be in Iraq if it's necessary? I say it's time to come home.
The Department of Homeland Security is the biggest bureaucracy we ever had. And besides, what we can do is we can have a stronger national defense by changing our foreign policy. Our foreign policy is costing us $1 trillion, and we can spend most of that or a lot of that money home if we would bring our troops home.
Congressman Paul, I've heard him now in many debates talking about bringing our troops home and about the war in Iraq and how it's failed. And I want to tell you, but that kind of isolationism, sir, is what caused World War II. Something, sir, I just finished having Thanksgiving with the troops, and their message to you is, the message of these brave men and women who are serving over there is, let us win.
The real question you have to ask is, why do I get the most money from active duty officers, military personnel? So what John is saying is just totally distorted. He doesn't even understand the difference between non-intervention and isolationism. I don't want to send our troops overseas using force to tell them how to live. We would object to it here, and they're going to object to us over there.
All right.
I have never voted for a tax increase, never will. But the tax issue is only one half of it. You can easily pledge not to raise taxes, but you have to cut spending. The infrastructure problem in this country is very, very serious. We as Americans are taxed to blow up the bridges overseas. We're taxed to go over and rebuild the bridges overseas while our bridges are falling down in this country. This country is going bankrupt, and we can't afford this. We need to take care of ourselves. We do not need to sacrifice one thing more. We just need to take care of ourselves and get the government out of our lives and off our back and out of our wallets. That we all went to Washington to change Washington, and Washington changed us. I don't think that applies to me. Washington did not change me. This country is in a revolution. They're sick and tired of what they're getting, and I happen to be lucky enough to be part of it.